New year, new start, but maybe not if you're big tech. An overall gloomy outlook for the market has caused companies to pull back on ad spending. This as regulatory scrutiny grows over tech's influence. This combination creating pain points for tech, including massive layoffs. Joining us now, Yahoo Finance tech editor Dan Howley. And Dan, hit us with some optimism. Is there any reason to be optimistic about tech? No. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Segment over.
I'll see you later. Yeah. No, there's some reasons to be optimistic. I think the one that the experts I spoke to said is, look, they're still making great products, right? There's no negative products really that tech is coming out, unless you consider, metaverse headsets a negative, which we'll have to see. But the big thing is we're still going to be dealing with layoffs most likely into 2023. Just because the big ball drops in Times Square doesn't mean that this pain goes away. Along with your hangover, probably it won't go away as the ball drops. But there's also going to be issues as far as regulatory scrutiny from, we're looking at the FTC trying to stop Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, trying to break up Meta into multiple parts. We have potential DOJ investigation into Apple and their App Store service. And then we have Google obviously facing off with its own antitrust suit. And then, there's going to be the Supreme Court looking at Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act and with regards to how companies companies that host online media recommend content through algorithms and whether or not they can continue to use those, whether or not they're still shielded underneath Section 230. So there's all of these continuing issues. And, we can talk about how the ad market hasn't recovered at all yet. We can talk about how Meta is still just being absolutely demolished as far as year-to-date stock price goes. I mean, you want to talk about a dog. Woof, woof, baby. That is not good. None of this is going to change just as the new year rolls around. But as I said, they still make cool stuff. So there's that.
Right. They make cool stuff, but they're all on the hardware front going to be embattled with the relationship with the consumer at the end of the day. And on a household front, if you do see that discretionary spending continue to dry up a little bit more, what does that mean and signal for some of these big tech companies?
They're already kind of, in hot water just because people bought, so it comes to PCs, right? A lot of us bought computers, PCs during the pandemic. I'm not going to go out after 2 years and buy a new computer. I mean, I would because I'm, that's I like video games and I'm a dork. But if I was a normal person, I would not. So there's no reason to go out and buy one. People, may have already bought phones. Phones sales were through the roof during the pandemic because people just wanted to get something new. That's the device that they were looking at, I would say like 90% of the day as they were laying on their couch in their basketball shorts. Again, just me. But I think that that's something that, people aren't necessarily going to need to go out and buy. The big deal that we're looking forward to, I think, is really what Apple's going to be doing with its headset. And that's supposed to come in the second half of 2023. It's Apple, so there's obviously a huge amount of interest. Look at Meta, though, and their Meta Quest. It's not exactly a massive seller. I don't know necessarily if people are going to be going for a high-end headset. My stance on headsets is still, people get surgery so they don't have to wear glasses. I don't think people are going to want to shove something on their head for, hours and hours at a time.
It's a niche. It's
I mean, look, 3D TVs were a niche, and where'd they go? Oh, wait, they disappeared. So, I just still don't know if that's necessarily where things are going to go. Augmented reality, on the other hand, that seems pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see, hopefully.
Dan, a lot to keep tabs on. And of course, within tech, there is a lot that could make its way into our houses, but may not in the future too. Dan, appreciate the breakdown and the outlook.